Vice Chair of the Public Services Committee.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? I'd like to nominate Lily Banner to serve as Public Relations Chair.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? And I would like to nominate Tom Less, although he's not here this evening, as the Bylaws Chair.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay. And Zoning Chair, I would like to nominate Kathy Green as our Zoning Chair.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay. I'm sure am I missing any of the?
Education.
Oh,
There's no committee on
there's no
it.
committee.
Oh.
But and Claudia, that's something you always had the opportunity to do if you so choose to create a committee to help you. So
Eventually we'll need elections, but not until summer.
right. Okay. Are there any amendments to this evening's agenda? All right, hearing none, I move for adoption of the agenda for this evening.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstentions? Anyone opposed? We do not have minutes for this for our December meeting. We will table that until next month. I don't have any correspondence that I'm aware of. So we'll move on to the city liaison reports. Catherine, you want to?
Good evening, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Catherine Hall. I serve as the City Council Community Engagement Liaison for District 8, which is Councilmember Rose de Padilla. I send out my announcements every Tuesday, so I'm just going to kind of highlight some of the important ones. If you do not receive my newsletter and you would like to, I'm going to pass out my business card. I have a couple left, so I can also write down my email. But if you'd like to receive mine, and I know you don't because you're new, welcome. Please just connect with me, and I will send you today's or this week's announcements. One thing we will continue, the city continues to highlight as the temperatures are cold. If it reaches a certain degree, CODA bus lines become free that day. The best way to find that in real time is to follow CODA bus on their social media. So it was free yesterday. Today, looking at this week's temperature, it will probably also be free on Friday. City Council is busy right now with their operating budget hearings. They have several scheduled for this week and next week. I sent out that schedule in my email because there's 7 of them. I have 3 upcoming office hours. The first one takes place next Thursday, January 29th from 12 to 2 at Star Kitchen Cafe, which is on South High Street. The next one is on the east side, which is also a part of District 8 at Barnett Rec Center, February 3rd from 11:30 to 1:30. And on February 13th, I'm doing it in partnership with Columbus Police, Officer King. I hope you can join us. February 13th from 9 to 11 a.m. I'm also very excited to be partnering with Vanessa. The Supper Club series will continue. The one for this month will be at the Fran Ryan Center. They just opened up a cafe from 12 to 1 on January 30th. It's very informal. We're going to connect with city leadership and community members, so we hope you can join us. And one more thing that I thought sounded really interesting is also included in my email. Franklin County Office on Aging is hosting a State of Our Seniors. So the Franklin County Office on Aging is hosting a meaningful conversation focused around events targeted for our senior population. This takes place on Monday, February 2nd at 10 a.m. at the Fran Ryan Center. So I hope that you will join us this summer, all of those upcoming events. Does anyone have any questions or comments for me or Columbus City Council at large?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vanessa?
Beautiful. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Vanessa Mora. I am the Southside Neighborhood Liaison, taking over the role from Catherine Cole, who was previously in the position. So definitely have big shoes to fill. But I'm so grateful. I'm now a month and a half in to my new role and absorbing all of the information I can from different stakeholders and partners. My role is to connect residents to city services and to help bring those city services together to find solutions to issues ranging from, challenges with homelessness on the south side to illegal dumping to, how to bring the community together with different departments in the city. So just a range of issues, every day is a new adventure, but my hope is to be an advocate for you, to resolve issues that maybe have gone unaddressed, or you just don't know where to begin. So I'm going to also pass my card around so you have that, and you feel free to reach out. I'm still brainstorming my newsletter and community engagement for the year. I am so grateful to be able to partner with Catherine on some different initiatives like the Coffee Conversations and Supper Club. So please stay tuned for those events as they are coming to fruition, and we have more of a cadence for when those will happen. My update today, just one update, is related to the area commission trainings. So these are exciting opportunities for commissioners, longtime commissioners, new commissioners, to learn about different topics. They are open to the public as well, so if you're interested in participating in any of these commission trainings, you're more than welcome to. I know as a new city staff member, I will be going to most of these, especially the zoning commission training, and this upcoming one that is taking place January 28th. It is with the city attorney's office regarding Ohio's sunshine laws, public records, meeting decorum, guidelines for social media, and the property action team. So it'll be led by Rob Tobias with City Attorney's Office. It'll be incredibly informative. It is on WebEx, so it's highly accessible. You can do it from anywhere. I believe it will be recorded as well, and I'll share that with everyone via my newsletter when it becomes available. After that January 28th training, there's another one February 28th, and that is Area Commissions 101. So if you are interested in how area commissions support their respective neighborhoods, if you're interested in becoming a commissioner, this is a really great crash course training. And that will take place at the Near East Pride Center at 1393 East Broad Street on February 28th. Again, don't have to memorize this. My hope is to add that newsletter pretty quick in the next couple of weeks so that I can share these more regularly. Any questions or comments?
So do you have the list of emails that Catherine has?
I do, yes. So I'm really blessed to be able to, in her incredible distribution list, that I'll be able to continue and add to. So if we're on Catherine's list, you will receive notifications and newsletters from me.
Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda are the public presentations, and we begin with Sarah Lemke, Southside Thrive.
Yes, hi everyone. I'm gonna pass this report around. There's some extra copies. I'm Sarah Lemke. I'm the director of Southside Thrive Collaborative. If you're not familiar with us, we're a small nonprofit that really focuses on bringing stakeholders together in the South Side, from the human service sector, business, local government, and healthcare providers and civic leaders in order to facilitate better connections and collaboration to serve the South Side. So if you're not aware, last year we received funding support from the City of Columbus to stand up a new initiative to promote safety, cleanliness, and resource connection on the Parsons Avenue corridor. So that's about a 2-mile stretch that we were able to hire 2 staff persons to conduct daily outreach in the area. And so we had about a little less than 6 months, so we put together a year-end summary of our activity of this work that we started. Again, we hired staff, one person in June and the second person in July, so by the time we're really functioning, it was late July, early August. So I just wanted to come and share some updates and information. And then we also, to support that work, created, it's intended to be more like a street resource guide that highlights, where to get a meal, where you can take a shower, where you can, or how to access shelter and so forth. So if anybody would like any print copies, we have a lot, and we're happy to provide that to anyone to distribute. But just referencing the report tonight, so we are right now with our staff, we are focused on our hours being in alignment with the social service providers in the area. So they're primarily functioning between Monday through Friday between 7:30 and 3:30. And again, this is just a summary of July to December activities. So in total, in that period, we had over 7,000 encounters of people experiencing hardship to really introduce ourselves and the program and provide some basic information or like these resource guides, trying to establish some level of trust and relationship with folks. That's a duplicate count, and it does include people on Parson, so our team walks the corridor regularly, as well as they conduct outreach at, like in social service providers like Open Shelter, Community Development for All People, Stowe Mission, and the Reed Center. Of that total number of people, they engaged more intimately 159 people, and I'll just kind of run through these highlights and then maybe give a few other updates. They collectively engaged 80 businesses, submitted 19 City of Columbus 311 tickets, and picked up 568 5-gallon buckets of trash. So really, we feel that we moved forward on this initiative and accomplished a lot of milestone, but we're also looking at this data and really trying to reflect on areas of improvement too. So for the trash cleanups, they were picking up trash at least every Friday, and we started hosting volunteers, and 44 people came out to volunteer, giving 95 hours of time. Our staff logged 84 hours of trash cleanup specifically on the Parsons Avenue corridor, and when you kind of calculate the 5-gallon buckets to just gallons, that's 2,840 gallons of trash that they picked up. So on average, it was about 30 5-gallon buckets of trash a week that they were picking up on Parsons Avenue. And just a comment, obviously in the cold right now, we're not hosting volunteers. They're trying to get out as they can, but frozen trash is a little bit more difficult. And we are looking to probably start hosting volunteers regularly in March to help with trash cleanup again this year. The team also really tried to focus on addressing issues that impact quality of life by submitting 311 tickets. So they, like I said before, submitted 19 service requests. Several of them were resolved, some are still pending when this report was produced, and several are also, we don't know the status. They included requests for overflowing trash cans, broken curbs and sidewalks, illegal dumping, power lines down, leaking pipes and cooling water. And then they also would identify specific public right-of-way areas that the Department of Neighborhoods, through a contract with an organization, could potentially address. So they identified 16 sites needing additional cleanup outside of their scope. And then you can see in the summary, there are also several specific sites where they really tried to escalate concerns, usually in regards to drug activity, prostitution, or consistent complaints with loitering. And then kind of diving deeper into the encounters and the guest engagement in the area. So in total, they logged 112 days of outreach between July and December. On average, they're encountering about 63 people a day, and that includes people, like I said, experiencing hardship as well as homelessness. And of the people that the 159 people that they engaged more intimately for social service support, 71 of those people disclosed they were homeless, 57 shared that they had housing, 12 were doubled up, 8 were living in shelter, 4 were living in treatment housing, and 7 did not share, or we did not ask. And then again, a little bit more on the demographics. The average age of people of the 81 that we collected birthdays for were 47 years old. And then it's about half and half in regards to gender and race, you can see as well. Key resource areas that people disclosed were identification, so birth certificates, state IDs, driver's license, and social security cards. Housing is likely underrepresented just because we know there's so many constraints on resources, but of course, many people are trying to engage on housing, including CMHA vouchers, utility assistance, paying for security deposits, and so forth. And then the other top area of need were around things related to basic needs. So help getting SNAP, help finding a meal, getting signed up for food pantries, and then finding places to shower, get clothing, sleep outside materials, and so forth. We gave many referrals to the food bank SNAP outreach team, to CD4AP and Open Shelter for clothing, hygiene, and shoes. Open Shelter for birth certificates and IDs, and Reed Center for the meals. We also had a lot of referrals to Mount Carmel for medical needs, mental health, and their housing assistance program. And then the final prong of our engagement is around businesses on the corridor, trying to promote more connection and communication. So staff made a concerted effort just to introduce themselves by visiting businesses and hearing their challenges and trying to problem solve where possible. So in total, they made 1,000 visits to about 80 businesses in the corridor. That would average out to about 9 visits a day when they were doing outreach. And each business was visited about 13 times in the course of the program period. And they would often share about issues related to homelessness, regular panhandling, suspected human trafficking, shoplifting, and theft at their businesses. So we also put together a lot of information on city services in order to make it easier to just, if you need to, I'm blanking on all the city services, submit a 311 ticket, if you need to trespass someone, if you want to have a no trespass authorization, just how to, work with the police department, how to work with different city departments to support businesses in resolving issues. So our funding is through April of this year. So right now we're trying to work on our budget and advocate for continuation of funds. But I really just wanted to come and share an update with everyone who has supported this program, either at the city or nonprofits or businesses or on the commission itself. So I'm happy to take any questions or comments.
Did you say or not say anything about jobs? Job fair that you all normally have?
Oh, so we typically host a large job fair every spring. We do it in collaboration with the Reed Center. Sorry, I'm Vanessa before my life. When we're doing outreach, job support does come up quite a bit. I recall in the notes, O'Reilly's, like sometimes we would direct people because we had learned through the outreach that O'Reilly's auto store was hiring. We try to engage people in more of the workforce training programs to help them build capacity and skills for either a new job, any job, or a better job.
Would you say that the interactions you've had with the businesses have been pretty positive?
Yes, yeah. I mean, there's definitely some who are like,
right.
I don't really want to talk to you, and we don't need you. But I would say the majority are happy to have some type of check-in, some type of listening ear, which is what they do a lot of, just to introduce themselves, hear what kind of challenges they've experienced, and then we're getting more into problem solving. And so, for example, at the Ace Hardware, they had a lot of loitering, and so we were able to just tell them about the no trespassing process, and they had some vandalism. We cleaned up the glass. So those little acts, I think, help them build trust in us as well. But I think overwhelmingly people are happy to see us from the business community.
Great.
And connecting all the contact information that you do collect, and just like Catherine and Vanessa send out updates, Sarah also send out some updates to the business around city programs or.
Yeah, right now we're trying to build a database of the business contacts, or just even the property, the basics of what is the business, and then contacts as well.
Well, thank you for what you do.
Thanks for your support.
Next on our list of presentations this evening is Tim Maloney, Executive Director of Metro Parks Central Ohio.
I
Welcome.
Hello.
brought Vanna White with me today, flip letters, otherwise known as Kevin Shantz. You can see there'll be a little humor involved today because you put Kevin and I together. But yeah, we're with Metro Parks, and we are unbelievably excited. And you're the first group we're rolling this out to, so get the media ready. We are opening Great Southern Metro Park on April 1st,
Wow.
2026.
Oh, wow.
No joke, April 1st.
I picked the day.
My husband's birthday.
We were in front of the commission, boy, probably 3-4 years ago, talking to you about, hey, we got this kind of idea about building a Metro Park in your neighborhood. Well, I did everything. Kevin is actually our park manager at Great Southern. Kevin has been with Metro Parks for quite a while, and he's been really the lead on taking what was a forgotten piece of property, literally a forgotten city park, and just forgotten, and he's turned it into something spectacular. Even though we are not open and Kevin is violating Metro Parks policy, he is encouraging people to come down and see the place. Kevin has built quite a bit of trail, so there's already people using it. We've got a workout station, we've got a restroom, we've got an obstacle course, we've got a scenic overlook, we've got ways of getting down to the river, we've got a big long gravel trail. There's quite a bit going on down there every day. So if you sneak down to the park, and really the easiest way to get to it's right at the dead end of Williams Road. If you run into the executive director, me, I'll kick you out and say the park ain't open. And then you'll run into Kevin and he'll say, no, we'd love to have you visit.
We're doing about 3,000 people a month right
Oh,
now.
Wow.
To a closed park. But I brought this just as a visual, and we had this, and really way up here to the north, right off Williams Road, is a little 5-acre piece of land that used to be Hare Park, that had the BMX track, had the playground unit, then kind of got forgotten and became a den of iniquity. That's for the minutes, write that down.
Yes.
And then we've got this land that was here that was owned by the Hartman family, and I tell stories. Anybody know who the Hartman family were?
I grew up in Circleville.
Hartman family they owned the big farm really from the south side all the way down past Scioto Downs. And has anybody ever heard Columbus referred to as Cowtown?
Yes.
Anybody know where that comes from? The Hartmans had the largest standing herd of cattle in the United States of America. Dr. Hartman also created a miracle cure that would cure anything called Peruna. It was like 50% alcohol. That's why it cured everything.
And that's what kept him going during the Prohibition. Because you
Exactly.
could legally purchase that product.
So we purchased that land off the Hartman family. There's still some of the Hartman family around. And simultaneously, this is one of our great losses, this little teeny startup company called Google came in and bought the entire farm out from under. So your taxpayer dollars could not compete against Google for the 2,000 acres down by Scioto Downs. But we did end up here, and we're excited about it. So it does look kind of linear, kind of behind the shopping center. We think big things are to come, but it's got river access up here to the north. We're working with American Electric and Power and the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. Along with this, and I didn't bring the map, is we're going to construct a trail from here all the way to downtown Columbus. So you'll be able to get on your bike at, say, Scioto Audubon, ride it all the way to here. You'll be able to get on your bike from here, ride it all the way north. Another secret, and I got some of my city friends here, we're working with Public Service about a multi-use trail from on Williams Road all the way out to Three Creeks, another amazing metro park. But I really came tonight just to tell you guys, we came and told you a few years ago we're building a park. We are opening it April 1st. It's not going to be the typical park opening for us either, where we usually do it like at 10 o'clock in the morning to get all 3 news stations. No, we're opening this for the community. Probably a 4 o'clock start, but we're going to have a party. And there's going to be fun, food, activities. We don't know. Kevin told me he's got somebody to bring a hot air balloon in. So we're going to do tethered hot air balloon rides.
Oh, wow.
But as with Metro Parks, we're only open every day just for you, and you will now have your very own Metro Park here on the south side.
That's exciting.
That's all.
Questions?
I love questions.
All
are they gonna be, you saying, access to the river, a boat ramp or anything?
We haven't gotten there yet. It won't be a boat ramp like a power boat, but we love canoeing, kayaking, and all that. So yes, there will be canoe kayak access there. And if you think about it, from there, you can get in a canoe and go all the way to the Ohio River. There's not a dam between there and the Ohio River. I think you and I will probably set up for that paddle someday, huh?
Are you being serious about the hot air balloon?
Yes, I have the hot air balloon. He will be out there. If it rains, he cannot launch it. So if it rains on April 1st, which is the spring, so for hot air ballooning, it's not the best time of year, but I'm pretty lucky. So I'm thinking it's not going to be raining, and the hot air balloon will go.
So is this balloon gonna be tethered to the ground?
Yeah, we're going to tether it. So you'll go up and you'll be able to see where the trail's going north to downtown. That's the goal. And you'll see the vision of the park, and you'll be able to see it from looking down. And I think it'll be really cool. I'm all about cool stuff in parks.
What day is April 1st?
I think it's a Wednesday, isn't it?
I think.
Yeah.
I picked April 1st because it's pretty fun. Easy to remember.
And it's also, we have twin brothers who work for the district. It's their birthday. The assistant manager of the park, it's his birthday. So it's easy to remember.
And my husband's birthday.
So there you go.
Well, you need to bring it.
Exactly.
But anything you need, you can always reach me. I'm with Metro Parks, Tim, but Kevin, you can just roll down the road down to Williams. He's there. He'll tell you 5 days a week. He's sometimes there more than 5 days a week. But
I know we had a zoning hearing for the property right at 104 and High Street. So across from the forts.
the fort. Yep.
Yeah, and there's a plan to have like a couple small park nodes along that
We're working
trail.
We're working with them. Our trail that's going to run up really along the river. We're talking about how can we get from that trail into that development, because they've got some really cool plans in there as well. So we're working with the developer, the city of Columbus, and us about what that's going to look like at some point. That's still kind of in its conceptual phase.
Yeah, well, they still have to get funding for their
Yes.
part of it. So.
You guys are great. I'd love to stay the whole meeting, but we got another one of these to get
All
to.
right, well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
April 1st. We're all there.
Jim, you should do a historical walking tour. I'm
I
serious.
could.
I'm going, you guys.
Thank you. Okay, well, we'll move on now to standing committees, beginning with zoning.
Thank you. We did not have any applications this month. I did want to affirm our committee composition, so I would like to move to approve the same members this year as we had last year, with 2 exceptions. Brian Daniel was not able to attend any meetings last year, so I had emailed him and Cassandra that he would be removed. And then Joe Korolewski in District 4 has moved to Toledo, so he will also be removed. So we still have opportunities. I did speak with Jennifer at Southern Orchards, Hernandez, I think?
Yes.
About potentially joining the zoning committee for Southern Orchards. So she's still a little iffy, so feel free to nurture her along. So that would at least mean we would have someone from every committee. I did send out and post on our website the annual report from last year, but just to summarize, we had 10 monthly meetings, we had 8 demolition permits, and 31 zoning applications. So that's about 3 per meeting. Right now we have 2 for February. It'll be the 14th at 9 a.m. That's all I have.
Great, thank you. Public relations, Lily?
We didn't have any virtual attendance for the last couple months since whenever, but our upcoming one should be How Sweet It Is, which would be February the 7th at a hardware that I'm aware, and the time should be from 1 to 4.
It's gonna be at the Ace.
Ace Hardware Store, I believe, right?
Yeah.
and we usually have a presence, so if there's anyone who wants to help us that day.
What time, from noon to 4? 1 to 4. Take care. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Public services, Wayne, Justin,
No, nothing to report.
okay. All right.
I
Yes.
do have, we have a Southern Orchards resident who wants to serve on public services, so I'll give him your information.
Was it John?
John's back,
He
yeah.
did come to our meeting last week.
Oh, okay.
In fact, we had probably the
It was
largest
a
public
great
service
turnout.
meeting I think I've
It
ever
was a great
seen.
turnout.
Really?
Yeah.
We
Great.
probably had what, 14?
13, 14.
13.
13.
Yeah, it was, the room was full, it was great.
Wow.
Okay, Claudia, education.
Good evening.
Coming up is the 10th annual Summer Opportunity and Engagement on February 21st from 10 to 1 p.m. at CML Main Library. There'll be plenty of vendors for all ages, tech vendors, vendors with books and exciting learning tools for all ages. And then I have for the 26-27 school year, enrollment information for students. We had some changes in it, if you remember the enrollment process. Enrollment for students in grades K through 12 will begin February the 2nd of 2026 for 2026-2027 school year.
Hey Claudia,
Yes,
Mueller is closing at the end of this school year, correct?
yeah, I got something on that too.
Okay, perfect.
I think they're trying to, well, Moeller used to be Southwest, so it used to be a middle school. And then I have one on pre-registration for pre-K will open April the 1st of 2026. School choice fairs apply for 2026-2027 school year for high school and middle school will be lottery applications. Then we'll send the realignment, talking about middle school, talking about the schools that again perform. And this is school realignment mapping our future.
So, our part of the city school system, we're losing, 3 buildings are closing,
I think it's
4. I know Buckeye Middle School on Parsons is gonna be closing, unfortunately.
It's in the, realignment.
So really just Mueller and Buckeye.
Yeah, and then,
I mean, we already had others in the past.
yeah, on the front page, cause Dolly's gonna close, Lower Elementary's gonna close. And then, I don't know what kind of, make sure they're gonna do with Buckeye. Seems like some are gonna be going to America or some stuff. However they do that. And then too, the moving students around, they want them to go to their home school. So if they're going to their home school, they're gonna have to get in the lottery if they don't wanna go to their home school. And that's gonna make a difference in the bus. So if they get in the lottery, the parents are supposedly said, now we're gonna have to supply them transportation to the school, what school they choose to go to, through the lottery.
The parents are.
Yes. And they won't be able to go back to the school where they are. They'll have to go to their home school or get in the line.
So I'm sorry. So that's just, guaranteed if a child is not going to their home school, they're not going back to that.
No, they can't go back to the school they came from. No. There's a list out, there's gonna be meetings this month. I thought it was on here, I don't have the name with me. But there's gonna be, 3 meetings this month. I know there's gonna be one on the 29th at East Columbus. And we had about 135 students that they're gonna have to go in the lottery to go to their home school. And then, some are going to Eastgate. And Broadly students are supposed to, I guess, if they wanna go, if that's their home school or not, again, they have to get the lottery, then their students gonna come to East Columbus, which is on the other side of Fifth Avenue around there.
Any more questions for Claudia? Thank you, Claudia. Kathy, you sent out your business report. Is there anything you want to share?
Sent out the business report. Let me just double check. I mean, a lot of connections between city, Sarah, the Warming Center, Courtney's here from German Village. We met a couple weeks ago. I do have the contact for the inspector for the used car lots for the south side now. So I have one specific one that she's looking at, but that will be helpful to kind of keep an eye on all the delightful used car lots that we have. Yeah, nothing specific from there.
Okay. Yes, I was going to. Caitlin, did you want to give a report?
Sure, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the opportunity to update on things happening at Community Development for All People. We continue to operate our 24-hour warming center. We host about 50 people each night, and then they can be there during the day. Obviously, it's quite cold out, and so that's been value added. It's value added to us as well, to have folks around and helping us with a variety of tasks. And Sunday morning attendance goes much higher when people sleep there Saturday night. Our bishop is pleased. Then as well, we have, we've been doing a lot of immigration education, information for businesses on their Fourth Amendment rights, information for individuals on their Fifth Amendment rights. I'm happy to talk to folks one-on-one if they want more information about that. Bikes for All People is offering free helmets and lights if you come in for a little bit of bike education, so you can get connected with that. And then unrelated to CD4AP proper, but we were asked to pass along information about integrated schools. This is an organization, a national organization that has a Columbus chapter helping folks understand how they can support local public schools, particularly as enrollment season comes along. I just heard about the fair that's coming up to figure out where you want to go to school. And so ahead of that, on Thursday, January 29th, there's an online meeting talking about prioritizing equity when choosing a school. So this is an organization that is helpful to CU4AP, been helpful to me as a parent, and so passing that information on as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any questions for Caitlin? Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to officer reports. We do an annual planning meeting for the Columbus Southside Area Commission, and I've tentatively I'm looking at Saturday, February 7th at 10 a.m. from like 10 to noon. Where we'll discuss our goals for 2026. So I'll be getting up more information in the next couple of days. So that's all I have to share. Anything fiscally?
We've had no expenses or income, so nothing to report on.
Actually, there's some old business. So we had approved some additional buckets and grabbers for, I know we have discussed it here.
Oh.
For East somewhere that Monty wanted.
Yes.
The price has really gone up a lot.
Really?
So we put that on hold until Monty's back, and then we can discuss. I think the ones that we got for Parsons, I gave out a lot of them, and then Kim and Anne Marie gave out the rest of them. So we tracked those, and I know Monty had an additional 10. And so we just wanted to make sure that we were tracking, where they were going, who was going to get additional ones, so that we could decide if that's the right way to spend our budget, because it was about double, I think, what we had previously spent.
All right. So that's obviously tabled until Monty gets back.
Yeah.
Okay. District reports. District 1, anything to share?
Just that Schumacher Place is thriving. We're doing pretty good, and everybody is, I think, doing what they should be doing and trying to get more people in. And we've been having some fun events. And next big event that will be happening will be the block party again, which was a pretty exciting event for us all, and we'll be starting the committee. We'll be starting in February to starting it. It'll be the first weekend of July that we're planning to hold it. But there'll be more information once it's all sorted.
And Derek's still president, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I would probably double check with all of the civics on who to send zoning to.
District 2?
No report.
Okay.
You still president, Rachel?
I am still president.
District 5?
Earl is still president, and I have nothing to report.
Okay, very good. District 6, just that we did a really great job this year with our planter boxes for the holiday season, so they turned out really nice.
Can I still send them directly to you?
Yes.
And you'll get it distributed.
Anything for District 8, Lily?
No report for District 8.
Okay.
So if I send zoning, I mean, you obviously get it, and then I usually send it to Donna as secretary. Is that still right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Is there any new business this evening? Yes.
My name is Carolyn Stanson, and I've been through some different things like wrongful probate, misdiagnosis, medical kidnap, and I've been trying to get people to tell their stories of struggling overcoming, and so I was invited here tonight because I did something last April at the library on the west side with Mama Diggs and some people, and the people there really wanted to know about people who didn't have much and who were vulnerable. So I'm seeking guidance on guidelines for maybe having the Navy building at 1725 be like a storytelling building where people come in and tell their story, maybe do some art and meet other people who have had struggles and overcome them. So I would like some guidance maybe from the commission as you put it up, whether that would be something appropriate to help the neighborhood.
So there was I think you were there too, maybe. There was a visioning for the Nagy building
Yes.
2 years ago or so, 3 years ago maybe. And, Community Activity Center was one of the ideas, I guess, that was, and then Columbus Landmarks was owned it at the time. And they put out an RFP and they got, I thought they actually had selected someone, but then that all fell apart as far as I can tell.
And then a couple weeks ago, I got a call from the gentleman who took over for Susan Cheney, was retired, and he said the gentleman who bought it in the fall and maybe August, he has a car dealership of some sort, and I have the information on that, and he wanted to sell it or rent it. Now he doesn't want, he just wants to rent it, and the rent is negotiable, but the covenant that the Landmark Foundation, as I understand, put on was that it couldn't change much on the outside, so he is not liking that, is all I know currently. So they gave me a call and said, are you still interested? So I called Andrew Dalowski, the realtor who represents the buyer, and he keeps telling me he'll show it, but then he doesn't give me a date. So I just want to be able to go in there, see what's there, see if there's something that we could do good in the community, and I'm kind of lost in how to do that.
So I've been tracking all the vacant properties on Parsons with code enforcement and also with the new vacant property registry, which is just now kind of getting going. Commercial properties are not currently in that registry, so I've been in conversation with Councilmember Dorans and Councilmember Bankston about changing the city law to include them. I'm hoping to have a meeting with John Malley. For those of you who know, John Malley is a realtor, does a lot of work on Parsons, to talk about how we can repurpose some of those buildings. Certainly the Nagy building is on that list, and probably one of the more possible to get moving faster. I mean, the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General, the Dollar Tree, and the Family Dollar are all vacant. They're bigger, they're going to be more expensive. So I'm quite sure that John can work with that realtor to get access to that building, and at least we can
I've asked twice, and then I get lost at my schedule, and then nothing happens, and then he changed it from for sale or lease to rent, and then when I did talk to him, he said he only wants to rent it, but he does not want to obey the covenant by the Landmark Foundation at all, is what I'm hearing. But I have not talked.
Was it a deed restriction, do you know? Did they put a deed restriction, landmarks?
Yes, they did something that said, from what I understand, that the outside of the building cannot change. It cannot be some big, crazy, whatever. It has to stay pretty much the way it is, and I guess he doesn't like that for whatever reason. I haven't been able to glean all the details to try to talk to him, and then you get, they'll show it, and then you get a nothing. I'll check my schedule. So
Yeah.
I
I mean, there were proposals previously to expand it, but it was mostly going back along.
Yeah,
It's a
it was
long,
supposed
narrow
to
property.
Up, I believe, or something.
Yeah. Hey, Courtney, I might give you a call and chat through this. So Courtney's the executive director of the German Village Society and has a historic preservation advocate on her team. So she might be able to help us with.
I'm open to any help.
Yeah, good.
Offered to rent it like he wants, and rent's negotiable, I get nothing when I try to work it out, so.
Yeah, I mean, our goal is for vacant properties not to be vacant because they're not
Right.
contributing.
I'm also wondering if art for all people is potentially an opportunity for her to live in and utilize that space.
I just want something so we could actually get a little startup and see if it had any.
And there's also a gentleman, I don't know if you guys know his name, he does Southside storytelling.
Oh, the gentleman that Vanessa told me, yeah, I have his contact. Because I even got desperate today and called a lawyer that is a realtor in Granville and said, I think I need your help, because we can't get in.
All right, well, like I said, our goal was to start peeling off some of these vacant properties, so we can look at that one.
Thank you.
Officer Ortega wanted to speak briefly?
Sure.
Thank you. I am Officer Ortega. I'm with the Columbus Police Dialogue Team, and we focus mostly on protecting First Amendment activities here in Columbus. Columbus, capital city, we have a lot of diversity and a lot of passion. And there's so many different actions that are going on in Columbus on a daily basis. I've been an officer about 5 years. Before I was a police officer, I was a missions director for about 16. And I led to be about 35 different countries doing people service and missions work. And and usually I go a little different path when I'm talking to area commissions, but this is the 21 of 21 area commissions I've been to. And it's been a journey, the correlation between the different countries, the different commissions that I've been to Columbus is very similar. And what that is that each commission, each neighborhood, each house, each block, each sidewalk has its own identity, each person. And First Amendment activity is no different than that too. It's not a bunch of mindless people out there doing things. No, the individuals come together for a common purpose and to express that passion, that anger, the joy, or whatever it is that they want to show out. And the reason initially why I wanted to come to the area commissions is that I kept hearing about them. I would go to community events and I talked to area commissions. I had never been to one. I didn't even know what the function was, full disclosure on that. So I wanted to learn more about my city. And what I found out doing that is what I found out doing missions. Because whenever I went to a different country or doing those things, I felt like I was the one that was blessed. It's the same thing with this. I got to see so many different people, and I would go to some commissions and they would apologize to me afterwards, like, so sorry we were arguing this time, or so sorry that this happened. And I would tell them, are you kidding me? You know, if you can't stand it for yourself, how are you going to fight for your community? And that's what I see at every single one is you guys fighting for your community and holding people accountable. I have seen a lot of guest speakers come in, and whether they're running for something or presenting their plots, they're going to question and really hold them to task. And so just keep doing it. And if I had my way, if I was the chief, I would make sure and I'm going to push it, make sure every new officer coming in attends at least one area commission meeting in the precinct they work. Because I think it's so important to know that you guys are fighting for everything. You know about the houses that are problems. You know about the alleyways that have blockages or drug houses and every other thing that's so critical to make your neighborhoods thrive. And so I appreciate it. And I'm so glad I was able to go on this journey and learn about all these things. And I'm already encouraging the next one to do the same. So, sorry, a little off topic. I just wanted a little side note on that. But you know, when it comes to First Amendment activities, that you guys understand, you know, what the passion and the temperatures are in your neighborhoods, and I want to try to address some of those things before they get to the point where they need to go onto the streets. But sometimes you just got to do that, right? You have to express those things. And so if you do, let me know. I'll try to be there to help protect that as well. All right. So we work a lot with organization leaders, community leaders to help facilitate First Amendment activities because it takes a lot of the surprise out and nervousness out, not just for the community, but also police officers, right? And so I can help educate and communicate those things to my own department. But no, this group has been doing this for 3 years. They don't know how they're not violent. They don't do any property destruction. They just have a lot of passion. They're going to hold up some signs. They're going to preach what they need to preach about, and sometimes they might march. And I think in the last 3 years, we've grown a lot as a department and helping work in those circles. So thank you so much for what you guys are doing. Thank you for attending these. because it does, it helps, it means a lot.
Thank you. You're always welcome to come back. Okay, is there anything else this evening? Yes.
I forgot to add one thing. Columbus City Council is going to be presenting an ordinance reducing speed on Whittier on Parsons from Whittier to Broad Street from 35 to 25. I would like to credit a lot of the advocacy to Kathy Green. ODOT still has to approve it, but typically when we have gotten to the phase where we can present an ordinance, there's already been conversations. There will also be, because Parsons Avenue is included in Vision Zero's high traffic impact area, there will then be a request for more officer patrol to enforce that speeding. But we are excited that it's being reduced from 35 to 25 miles an hour.
Thank you.
From Parsons to Hyde.
Currently it's until you get to 104, I think, and then it picks back up, right?
No, I mean on Whittier.
I just wanted
Yes.
to,
This is Whittier to Parsons. It's on Parsons specifically.
Yes.
I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Lisa Paul. I'm the Chief Community Services Officer for Primary One Health. This is my third week. I've been in Columbus for 26 years. I'm a licensed independent social worker. Worked many years, 17 years at Mount Carmel, and spent a few years at Ohio State Medical Center. But I just wanted to come to the first commission meeting. My office is located in Parsons in front of the Reed Center. And my goal is to get the clinical team to start coming to the commission meetings so they can start getting to know their neighbors and get embedded in the community. So bear with me as I'm getting onboarded, but I wanted to stop by and introduce myself and let you know that we're here. We have had, I would say probably 2024 was the toughest year for Primary One Health, but we are coming out of that. Was stronger than ever, really good providers, improving the quality of services, and we still have dental right on CPH, and we are still here doing primary care and OB care, and we're rebuilding OBGYN and mother and infant care. So please feel free to stop by, or if you're there, just ask for me to say hi, and I will just wanted to introduce myself. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your last name?
Paul, P-A-U-L.
Thank you.
And it's L-I-Z-A.
Okay.
I don't have a business card yet.
Okay.
Well, thank you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right.
I see it's Whittier that's going to be dealt.
No, Parsons. So currently Parsons is 35 between Livingston and Whittier.
Right.
And then it's 25 the rest of Parsons, which makes zero sense.
Yeah.
Well,
So
before
now-
I die, I want to see Champion and Ohio go to 25. The residential streets. Why are they 35?
I think your next project should be Whittier. Down from Whittier down to Hyde.
I just wanted to make sure that the election will be verified in November. Okay, so yes, Ward, he's good to go. You know, it's 30 days have elapsed. He's ready to vote yes, even though the legislation is still in progress. Absolutely.
We only have one case for resident at large.
964.
I know, what's the case? What was the person you were saying? Who was the person that was not
It does say sex.
Okay, just
What I mean is, baby, and then R-U-B, right?
I haven't seen that.
She was still recovering. She had surgery.
Everybody at CP 14 blocked me. couldn't get anything the other day, so Al said, it's not available. I'm like, so
Well, we'll figure out what's going on with it.
and this, I pulled his info.
Because I heard it hadn't changed inside at all.
And I called the auditor's office today, and she didn't send me as much, and then I put it in the code, and then they sent me other things, but I don't, I finally called 150 South Beach, and the guy gave me his name.
I would say I would love to hear
The violations, and I'll try to get this property history. It's very nice.
Thank you.
I'm just trying.
I don't think there's any open code.
The thing is,
now,
here's.
because I didn't look at the code enforcement.
I talked to Boris after the code guy said that there was a foundation problem and there are problems, but he couldn't give them to me. And so I emailed him and I got this standard. By it yourself thing.
I mean, maybe it's not,
So then,
but I always think
called
maybe
today
it's
before we get into the holiday.
525 to
And I called Andrew Belovsky real estate. And he said he doesn't want to sell it, but he doesn't want to pay the covenant, which is what the guy that sold the decision he told me.
originally owned by,
And
yeah,
so
previous
then he
owners.
changed it from sale or lease to rent only, and he said rent's negotiable
And
for
they also
1
went for,
And I'm trying to offer him, my medic, Andy, the paramedic from Mount Carmel was on with me, and so we looked up 180 North Central, and we figured 500, 650. But I can't even get to offer it.
Right.
There's not very many square feet. What is the square foot?
649.
So yeah, 650 would be the top, I think.
It has.
I don't know what my neighbors do for a living, but I mean,
A couple
some
weeks
of
ago, they
those.
hauled out all the shacks and all that.
Oh, did they?
I don't know. I never saw it.
I didn't see it either.
I don't know.
I know the one, was that the one meeting? One of the Navy, you know,
I
there's still Navy.
tried a long time ago to call them, and I ended up talking to the lady from the Lions, and I have her name written down. Yeah, and then it kind of got lost because everybody else was having ideas, and I knew it was supposed to have a market and retail, and I thought how, and then John Edgar used all for my idea, and so an hour and a half, and then they all dropped it. So then, every time I get a good idea in that place, they're like, well, we're for you, we're for you.
So I think that's where the desperate ring.
So they have a tree.
So,
Yes, so it's a whole,
when
it's a, currently it's been going on for 20
when
years.
that's what they said, you get from there, and
Like,
the landlord said, you just keep the city. So, I can't
At least get the basics.
Well, my problem is that if I want to do what I want to do,
So
I can't afford an apartment. So I'd rather be a little more uncomfortable and make sure that I could be okay with that building, rent it from there, in the hopes of buying it for cash. If they'll let me in, and I've got contractors who come and do the right work if he'll allow it.
Right.
Because obviously I can't have it not in the code. I don't know how to fight about that. So I called John Andrew Merkel in Granville, because he used to be here with Ned, his brother.
I just can't remember.
He's a lawyer in. So I said, I just called him earlier on his home phone and said, hey, your bill needs you. Yes, would you come to Columbus? But maybe you don't need it. I was like, I don't know who else to.
But there's at least 2 realtors on Parsons that I'm fairly close to. I think we can work with.
Because the problem is, that one represents the seller, and he's not being something to me. So I shot the number for him to my contractor and said, if you get a shot, you'll see it. And come get me if you can, but don't see it, you know what to do. So he just being difficult.
I'm not the first person on Parsons with a vacant property that's been difficult. It's fairly common, I'm sorry to say.
Well, I figured that, and then when I found out he didn't want to obey the covenant from the young man to over, I went, why is the other property? He went, no,
Why did he even buy it?
he's been sitting on it forever. I think he wanted a car license.
So we're not allowed to have car lots anymore on Parsons.
Well, whatever he wanted, or
he wants to rent it for the area for like 1,000.
You may not have realized that, but they changed the code last year. You can't have used car lots. You can't have any new car businesses on Parsons or High Street or Roxbury.
Well, I'll trust you because I think you want to go. And I'll agree with that.
All right. Well, let me see what I can find out. Give me a week anyway. Okay.
Because we got that.